What's going on, everyone? Marty here at Par Extreme, and we are back in the Adirondack Mountains. We're here this weekend to complete what we tried to do last year. So basically, we're here to settle some unfinished business. We're gonna try to complete the Great Range. We're gonna go through Haystack, Basin, and Saddleback. Right now, we finally made it to base camp, which is at Johns Brook Lodge. We traveled about 6.4 kilometers tonight. And it took us about 2 hours. I was hoping to show you guys the place around a little bit, but we got caught by the nightfall basically. So it's too dark, but I'll show you guys everything tomorrow. I'm super excited to be here. We're back with the original gang I've got. Come around here, guys. Come around here. Don't throw stuff at me. There you go. We got Pierre-Antoine here from Outdoor Therapy. Check him out on his channel. I'll put the links below. Who do we have here? Alain is back from AOB Expedition, and so is Nick right here. So I'll leave all the links in the descriptions. We are all back together to finish what we started last year, and I'm super stoked.
Let's do it.
And thanks for being here. It's quite cold tonight. We're gonna be sleeping at minus 30. We brought a beer, as you guys saw, but man, that beer is a little frozen. It's a slushy beer, so you might want to wait, boys, before you crack it.
I don't know.
You can try.
I'm gonna wait till you guys open it.
Foamy.
She cold. Yeah. Okay.
Cheers, boys.
Oh,
Cheers.
Thanks for coming out.
Get it out. Get it out.
Really?
God, tea.
There you go, son.
Real men of the woods.
It's literally,
It's
this is
actually
literally
really
a
free.
slushy.
No, it's not.
For me, it's a slushy.
Yeah,
but it's
well-
still cold. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
So all we have left tonight to do is basically drink this beer, have some dinner,
Survive.
survive the
Survive.
really cold night. It's going to be about minus 30 degrees Celsius tonight. So it's going to be the cold night. Tomorrow morning is going to be chilly, but then it's going to warm up.
Yep.
Full sun tomorrow. We've got full night sky tonight as well. So we're in business. This is my favorite way to cook when I'm out on the mountain in the winter. So you dig out your vestibule, and this way you can set up your stove nice and low. You can warm up the tent. It's actually feeling pretty warm right now in here. You can boil your water, all covered from the elements. So it's not a bad setup at all. How's everyone doing in here?
Awesome.
Dinner time now. Just finished boiling a crap ton of water just to put all of in our sleeping bag for food. So the plan is we're gonna eat and then we're gonna hit the sack because tomorrow morning wake up call is gonna be at 4:30. Trying to be on the trail for 6 o'clock. So I'll see you in the morning. Morning, folks. 4:30 in the morning. We're already all dressed. It wasn't that hard to get up this morning. It's about it was a cold night, minus 30 outside, but this morning in the tent it's showing minus 5. So
Warmed up.
it warmed up. So we got pretty lucky. We have a ton of condensation. Check this out, man. Right in the bivvy. We'll have to dry this out today, but it's all good. We slept pretty warm all night. I didn't feel cold at all. We're all dressed up, so we gotta make some breakfast, deal with some water, get some water for the day, and then we're gonna start hiking for our big day. All right. But now the moment has come that I've been pushing for as long as I can. I'm gonna get out of my sleeping bag. Let's do it. Woohoo! Yeah. That is way too much condensation. Woo! Little coffee for the morning. Some oatmeal. We've got in there chia seed, instant oatmeal, some, what are those called? Maple flakes, brown sugar, and dried apples. Dehydrated apples, I should say. It's pretty good. Now, if you're gonna make your own mix, here's the deal. You almost have to go like a third worth of sugar to a third to 2/3 of instant oats. You ever wonder how? Woo! Water's boiling. You ever wonder how? Give me a sec there. There we go. We'll make Nick's coffee here. 2 seconds. There we go. Siamo neri. That's it. So, so if you ever wondered how the instant oatmeal packs taste so good, it's because honestly, it's like a third worth of sugar to 2/3 worth of oatmeal. So if you make your own, don't be shy with the sugar. Oh, it's really good. We are officially on the trail. It's about 7:15. Took us a little while because we were up at 4:30 just to get going, but it always takes a day or two just to kind of get into the rhythm of all the morning duties you got to do, your camp chores, get everything going. But we're out at 7 o'clock, so if we're going to be here for 12 hours on the trail today, that means 7 o'clock return tonight. It's a good time to be back at camp, so I'm pretty happy with that. The guys are just at camp a little bit. My toes were getting pretty frozen, so I needed to start moving just because of last year's event where I froze them so hard, and it took me all the way until the end of August to get full sensation back on them. They freeze really easily, so I kind of needed to get going just to warm up. But other than that, I'm very happy we're out. It's a beautiful day. No clouds at the horizon right now. Blue sky. The sun just got up. So I think we're in for a good ride. The goal for today is to complete the Great Range. So go from Haystack, Basin, Saddleback. If we feel like it at the intersection from Marcy, we might send Marcy real quick and then kind of come down and then do the Great Range. But we'll see, one step at a time. What a peaceful morning. The trail is absolutely amazing. Not a single soul out here. I'm far ahead of the guys. I've been running almost up to this point. I'm doing some really good time. I like I said, my toes were too frozen, so I needed to get my heart pumping. And walking wasn't enough, so I was even jogging a little bit here and there. My toes are almost back, so that's good news because, man, that was painful last year. But it's just so peaceful and quiet. It's pretty good. We've got a tree to crawl under here, so since I brought you guys along last year, I'm gonna do the same thing this time. So, all right, it's duck. Oh, crawl. Okay, we did it. Not so bad. Last year was way worse. We made it to Slant Rock. We're doing some pretty good mileage. Pretty good timing. But the real ascension is just about to start, to be honest, because so far it's been fairly easy of a walk. But now we're about to start climbing, and soon we're going to be, the sun's going to shine on us, which is going to feel pretty nice as well. So we took a little break at Slant Rock, and now we're just heading back again. We had to stop for a bit of an emergency warm up, feet and all that. My toes are frozen again. I think maybe I put my boots too fast this morning from my down booties to my boots, and I thought we were ready to go, but we weren't. So anyway, so maybe that it made me start cold. And when we stopped at Slant Rock earlier, my toes were almost back, but just stopping, I guess, did the trick to them. So now we've got a sleeping pad. I've got my down jacket around my toes. Got some hot packs. We're gonna boil some water, put that in the bladder. That'll do pretty good, actually, just to warm them up. I don't know what it means for the rest of the day, what we're gonna do. We're just at the intersection, the Phelps Trail intersection, to go up for Little Haystack and Haystack. But anyways, I'm a little bummed out. It's a beautiful day. I love being out here. It's just I just don't know what it means for my toes. Like last year really damaged them. And I just, I don't know what it means yet. So maybe next year, maybe I need to buy some heated soles or something. Heated socks. I have no idea. I've got some really good socks, wool socks, heavy duty. I had some liners. I know that my liners were a little humid at the beginning of the day, so maybe that did the trick as well. It's hard to tell. Obviously, I'm prone to frostbite again and again and again after last year. So, but this time around, we're not waiting 8 hours before we do something about it. We're doing something about it right now, and we're gonna try to warm up them boots and toes with some warm water in the bladder here. Fill this guy up, and that should do the trick. And then we'll make a decision after. Keep you posted. All right, we are back on the trail, Pierre-Antoine and I. So we made a group decision to split. Some of you might think it's a bad idea, but we're two groups of two. The problem is being stopped like that. We were gonna lose Pierre-Antoine. He was getting pretty cold. I was warmed up. My toes are actually pretty decent. I'm actually quite surprised how much they came back. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to go for Haystack, Pierre-Antoine and I. And hopefully on our way back to hit Bassin, we should cross Nick and Alain. And then from there, we'll take another decision. But at this point, it's Pierre-Antoine and I that are gonna make our own decisions for what we're gonna do. But the best case scenario for us today will be Haystack and Basin, and then coming back the way we came up. So this way, if ever something happens, they'll know exactly where we're at. So anyway, so that's the plan for now. I'm still very concerned about my toes. I don't know what to think. If you guys have any ideas, the only thing I have left in mind, because I've tried a lot of different techniques, is to buy some soles that are heated soles that can be activated with a little manette. But other than that, I don't know. So anyways, let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for me. But now it's time to go. So we have regrouped. Everybody's together. Pierre-Antoine and I took a trail that was way off. So we had to backtrack. Pierre-Antoine lost one of his snowshoe and hit the super steep climb. So we had to backtrack, and then the guys caught up to us, which is great. As you can see right back there with the mystical glow of the snow, that's Haystack. That's where we're going tonight. And just behind us up here, we've got Marcy as well. And look at the view around here. It is absolutely breathtaking. Whew. Toes are feeling a little cold, but We're doing good. Haystack might be the only mountain we do today, though. I'm not gonna lie. We're breaking a lot of the trails. We met 2 other parties that are up with us. We've been exchanging who breaks trail, but I've been breaking trail for a while, and it's not easy. So Haystack is our next step. We'll see you up there. Man, this is no joke. Whew. Super steep, crusty, and icy. But like I said a couple of weeks ago in my MSR Evo Ascent review, these bad boys, they're holding on. They're doing a really good job at securing us to the slope, getting us up there. But man, this is not easy, and it's certainly a technical, so you gotta take your time. We're almost at the top of Little Haystack. It's a beautiful day. Man, couldn't be happier. Whew. Man, oh man. These are now real mountain conditions, so crampons are on. Might as well we have them, right? The hillside is pretty steep here between Little Haystack and Haystack, so we got our nice little crampons on, and we're gonna slowly make our way down and then back up and just send it to the summit. It's right up there. We're so close, but man, whoo! And it's windy too. Very windy. Haystack, high peak number 13, people. Woo! She was tough and windy, but she's totally worth the price. Look at that view. Woo. This is insane. Wow. Oh man, we made it off Haystack and Little Haystack. We're back in a tree line now. Woo! We just switched from our crampons to our snowshoes. Now it's just about getting back to camp now. I think sleep will be quite easy tonight and well deserved. I think this was the last major hump we had to go through. Now it's all downhill. It's been a tough one today. The wind, the technical aspect of Haystack, holy cow. It hasn't been easy at all, but I'm very glad we did it. Now all we have left to do is make it to camp and feast. Check out the view back there. It is so much easier to come down and faster. We're already back down to where we had to kind of do our little emergency pit stop earlier. Just crossed that. So we're doing some really good time to get back to camp. You know, hopefully we can make it back to camp with some sunlight. Just, you know, just always better this way. But the trail now, you know, we had to, I opened a decent section. So we met, oh, give me a sec here. We got to go through some brush. We ended up meeting 2 other parties that made it up to Haystack. So we kind of exchange who was breaking trail and whatnot. I did the last section. Whew. It was steep. But now, coming back down, because so many of us already walked through and it had time to pack, just, you know, you walk through it, you let it sit for a while, it's much more packed after, you don't sink as much. The way down is super easy. We had one crazy bud slide up there. I wish I should have taken a video of it, but it's all good. Whew. I just made it back to camp. The guys shouldn't be too far behind. I did the last mile and a half on my own. I just couldn't wait anymore. I was getting cold, but I am spent. Whew, that was a tough day today. Not gonna lie. Whew. I'm drenched, soaked. I need to change all of my clothes. My toes are beat up as well. I don't know if it's from the cold as much as just from hitting the end of my boot. So I have a lot of mixed feelings about my toes. I don't know what's causing what. I think I'll see better tomorrow, I would assume, or in the night as but they're not frozen, which is great. They're not frozen at all. They thawed out. They got frozen a little bit at first, which now that I think of it, is completely my fault. It was such a stupid move that I made. I slept with my sock liners inside my sleeping bag in the hopes of drying them out, because that's a great trick. But the problem is I slept with way too many things in my sleeping bag. And so the sock liner, a lot of things dried out from yesterday's hike, but not the sock liner. And with the technique I had read about the bags and the liner and then the insulation, I felt like it was worth a try anyways, but because they were still damp, that was a stupid move. I think that's what ruined me at first. But I'm really, really happy that we decided to stop, boiled some water, feet in the bivvy. I had my down pants as well. So I had both my legs in there, both my feet in there, in the down pants, in the bivvy, with, toe warmers. And on top of that, the boiled bladder, the boiling water in the bladder. Now, and I took the liners out, and from there, really my toes were pretty decent. I mean, I think it's kind of normal with the kind of wind and the kind of exposure we were faced with today on top of Haystack, that it's going to be pretty challenging to stay warm everywhere. But as soon as we came back into the tree line, we started to walk, my feet did get back. So there's hope after all. But now I am completely spent, so I need to deal with a couple of things myself, so I'll put you away for now. I'll see you in the tent later. Back at it again, never stops. I was telling you last time I was spent. Well, I'm just as spent right now, but we have to make some water. So we went down to the lodge, John Brook's lodge, and there's a river there at John's Brook, basically. So we got all of our Nalgene bottles filled up. Now I'm here, I'm just boiling it all, putting some aqua tablets in as well, just to make sure we're all good. But this is just the reality of winter camping, man. It is relentless. Today was a long day, literally sun up to sundown. We left right as the sun was peeking out. We got here right when the sun was setting. And although we hiked 16, 17 Ks, took a ton of elevation and really hard elevation. I mean, like, that was not an easy hike. This is, I think after Mount Washington, this was one of my hardest climb ever. The peak was just like a sheet of ice, and it was technical. And some of the section we did, like, I didn't record a whole lot at the top because first because it was like so windy that it was throwing us off our feet, so we had to be focused the whole time. And second, there's just like, I just needed all of my energy and attention so I don't tumble down the mountain, because if one wrong move and then off you go for a couple of hundreds of feet. So, but man, Haystack is a hell of a mountain. Definitely recommend it. And now, even though I'm dead, I still have to make all the water and do all of that stuff. So we only have the one stove. So I'm set up here again. Pretty happy to be able to do that. I don't really mind, but that's just the reality of winter camping. It never ends. It's relentless, it's cold, and it's wet. Most people don't think that winter camping is wet. Winter camping is super wet. Condensation, overheating, sweat, just constantly trying to manage the water that your body's producing, literally. And update on my toes, they feel really good, so I'm actually really happy about that. They're beat up quite a bit, I think just from the sheer pounding of the new boots. But it's boiling, so I'll take this out for a sec. Oh no. Yeah, ow. Okay, I need a meal. Let's do it on the camera.
Before ready though.
Dude, what? I can't do everything for you.
The one that's ready is was
Oh.
distributed pre-cooking.
All right, well, let's put that back in the bladder then. It's all good.
Okay, man, mush break.
No, then you ain't good enough.
Wait.
Yeah, back up.
Just-
Seven.
Take the fill line 7. So here's the deal on these guys. Here's a easy fill line here, a little bit of a measuring thing there. So 7. Let's see if I can make this right for him. Honestly, if you're wondering what I eat winter camping, it's pretty simple. Dry food it is. Don't go outside of it. I know it's expensive. There's some ways that I find that I can make cheaper dry food that works actually pretty well, but it's end of the day, find a solution that you can just add water, because it's just I'm so spent right now. I can't imagine having to make some grilled cheese or anything like that. So boil water, add it in, and move on.
15 to 20.
All right, I'll see you before I go to bed. Ugh, this is still. Can you give me your pouch? Where to? Roughly? Is it soup? All right, let's make it soupy, shall we? Ooh, faux soup. You holding on to it? Yep. Is that enough?
It shall be.
All right. And thus the drill continues. More water in the teapot. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. No, what is it? I'm a little teapot, short and... Here is my handle and here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Tip me over and pour me out. Sorry about that. I don't even know the whole thing. But hey, I'm French. I didn't grow up with that song. I learned it when I was like 18. And thus, the water cycle keeps going. All right, guys, I'm in the sleeping bag now. It's time for bed. Well-deserved rest. Some of the boys are already snoring, so I won't keep you for too long. But this is it for now. We're gonna have some well-deserved rest, and tomorrow all we have to do is pack this up, walk 5 kilometers back to the car, and that'll be it for the trip. So, but for now, good night, everyone, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, everyone. Guess what? I'm back at it again. It's time for making water. It's all you're doing. Always boiling water to warm up something or to get some drinking water. We don't have a ton to do today because all we have to do is eat, and I'm gonna need to warm up my boots as per usual. But other than that, we're gonna go to. All we have is 5 kilometers back to the car, so really we don't need a ton. So, but yeah, slept pretty good. Slept close to 12 hours. Woke up a decent amount of time. I probably woke up 6 times. I guess it's rare that I sleep right through without waking up at home. So I guess it's pretty normal that I wake up in the tent. Plus last night, every time I would sleep on my side, I would wake up with both my arms being numb. I think I'm just so stiff and sore from wearing my backpack yesterday. My backpack is too big for me. It always has been too big. I've had it for, I think, 14 years as well. 14, 15 years. And it was a large, and it was just a good deal because it's an Arc'teryx. It's a really good pack. It's really durable, and it fit, you know, you can put a lot of stuff in there, but it's just too big. So anyway, so it just wore out on my shoulders all day yesterday, because I think I was probably carrying anywhere between 20, max 25 pounds on my back yesterday. With the technical climb and the length of it, yeah, it wears you down, especially if you can't wear it properly, because I can't really sit it properly on my hips, so a lot of it goes on my shoulders, because the hip belt is just too big. So anyways, and the torso length as well is too big. So, but it's all good. So sleeping on my side was kind of weird, because I would wake up both my arms numb, like I said. So on my back it was. Some of these guys are just lounging around still. They'll get up eventually, I think. Maybe the more I talk to you, it'll make them wake up.
Snow in the tent.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, overnight I got hit in the head. So with there was a decent amount of wind, not at our level, but up high in the trees. And some of I'm assuming the way it must have rained and snowed and all crust up on all the evergreens up there. And the wind would pick up, and these massive blocks of not ice, of snow, but like crusty snow would come down. And I actually have 2 micro tears on my tarp, on my tent, that I'll have to fix. But right in the night, something must have fallen right here, and the whole tent kind of bent, and it actually hit me right in the head. We lost one of our candlelight, came off from the ceiling, and the our main light as well. And it was just funny to wake up, and I was frank. I woke up at night, I'm like, I got hit in the head. And then all night I had like PTSD. Every time I'd hear the wind, I'd cover my head. It's all good. Do you think it's pumped enough? I've been pumping it this whole time. Really glad we took the whisper light out this weekend. It's fun to... First, it's a really good stove. Second, it's just fun. I hadn't used it in a winter setting in a long time, although that's the best setting to use it in. Just been trying different things over time, and I think it's safe to say that I'm going to be playing with this guy for a while now. It's just that much superior than anything else I've used. So, yeah. Alright. Let's see where the lighter is. No lighter. Where's the lighter? Might be in my pockets.
Morning. Slept like a baby.
Pierre-Antoine just started his vlog, so I'll put you away.
I got attacked during the night by the trees. There was a bunch of snow that fell off on the tent. Some of it bent the tent so much that it hit Marty.
All good things have to come to an end. At this point, the camp is completely torn down. I've got my pack here. I just got to put that on my back and start heading out. The boys are already gone. I just needed to complete a couple of things before I could get going, so they went ahead. I'll probably catch up with them anyways. But yeah, this concludes our Adirondack trip winter 2020. We wanted to do Haystack, Basin, and Saddleback to complete the Great Range. Unfortunately, Mother Nature had different plans for us. Obviously, we only made it at the top of Haystack. That was a crazy hike, super fun hike, but very difficult. So, you know, not the end of the world, because all it means is that we're gonna have to come back and put together Basin and Saddleback. Maybe they're gonna have to be solo hikes to both of them as well. Who knows? I don't really care, because I love coming back here. So the more I have left to explore, the better it is. If you're still here at this point, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you found any value in this video, smash that like button. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. And until next time, guys, go outside and enjoy the outdoors. Cheers.